We just finished Dragonsteel Nexus 2025 Day 1 for the release event of Tailored Realities by Brandon Sanderson.
And honestly, the whole day was absolutely incredible. We want to talk all about that, but it was quickly overshadowed by the announcement section at the end. Brandon Sanderson himself announced a 6th secret project coming and launching in Dragonsteel Nexus 2026.
The book will be called Fires of December. It's going to be a story about Hoyd and all of his struggles and ailments or whatever the
crazy
things
adventures, the people he meets, the things that he does. It's going to be exciting. He did read us a lot of that, which got us even more excited, obviously. But there is a lot coming in 2026, and it's just hard not to get excited at every single one of these announcement events.
That will be the book that is going to be culminating at the release of the 2026 Nexus release event.
And it's Cosmere, which we were all super excited about. I know we took maybe a break from Cosmere with Tailored Realities. We are right back into the thick of it for 2026.
Yeah, and honestly, you talked about the reading. I loved the reading that Brandon Sanderson did. If you've watched what we've put out before, you know that I wasn't the biggest fan of Isles of the Emberdark. I know that's controversial. Everyone I talked to loved it. Apparently I was the only one. But let me tell you, I really enjoyed the section that Brandon Sanderson read. We won't get into spoilers, but I do want to give you some good vibes on how we felt about it.
It was very cool. It was not just a fun kid-style story. It was very exciting, but also kind of intense. They did a fantastic job. I think the whole team is stepping things up, and I'm really excited to see when it comes out. But we have to wait a whole nother year. We're here at Nexus. There's a lot going on right now, but the announcement always gets me excited for the future.
It was good. I was really, really impressed with the book. He said, and it did give this vibe, it's more of the Tress of the Emerald Sea type style of writing, of Hoyd telling the story.
Yep.
And we're getting back to those stories that he's written with his other secret projects. So it will fit perfectly in the other secret projects, and the book is beautiful.
It does look incredible, and I feel like he's just continuing to up his game with the book styling and how they launch these books. Every single one has cool coloring and vibe, and the artists that he chooses are incredible.
Not to mention the other huge release.
Yes.
The thing I have been calling for and waiting for since he suggested this being a possibility is his storybook collection of Hoyd stories from his Stormlight archives.
All
and
of the
things
stories he's told. Yeah.
Was it more
There's
than
four
Stormlight
of them.
archive?
There's four
It
that
was.
he tells. Yeah.
So one of them was the Wonder Sail.
Wander Sail.
Another one was the Chasm Fiends.
Chasm Friends.
Chasm Friends. That's what I should say. Yes.
The Girl That Looked Up is another one. Another very, very popular story.
Yes,
and then
and
of course
he said that he added an extra few parts of
Yep.
it to make an actual conclusion for it, because he's pointed out
there are a couple conclusions in the stories, and they don't always match up perfectly. So he wanted to get an official version out there.
yes, but the one that we were most excited about is the Dog and the Dragon.
That's the one. I mean, that's probably my favorite wit story in all of the Cosmere, and it's going to be its own book. He says this is probably the most like a child storytelling one. He did the
Yes.
art looks phenomenal. They just have like a cover page right now, and it looks absolutely
He
incredible.
compared it to those little golden books, the children's books that
Yes,
you would read with
yep.
the gold binding on the back. And like Jaden said, we saw some of the artwork for this book, and it looks phenomenal.
I'm so excited.
Everything we have wanted for this. I'm a dad. I've got kids. This is the type of story I'm excited to read to my children.
And we've been excited for this. They've teased that it was coming, and now it is official. There is a backer kit that he linked for the pre-order. Not going to even start accepting those orders until March, most likely next year. So a little bit more of a teaser, but we are very excited, and we will keep you guys posted as we get more info there.
Yes. But there was a whole day that happened today. We want to give you a quick recap of Dragonsteel Day 1 as well. And it was great for us.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And I can just say right off the bat, we're here. You can kind of see behind us, there's a little bit of space. It is so much bigger than last year because of the space that they got. We were a little bit maybe crammed in the spaces we had last year. A lot of people and not a lot of space. This year they went all out. We have so much more just space for things, bigger rooms for the panels, much, much bigger exhibit hall, which we're really excited to show you guys. Maybe we'll be able to do some behind the scenes of that tomorrow, but they just have so much more space, and they've filled it really, really well.
Yeah, lots of space. You can tell that I was blown away about the exhibitor hall. It feels like it's twice as big.
It
with
absolutely
twice the
is.
amount of exhibitors, which is great. And of course, when we went through registration, they gave us our game, our campaign that we had to work on this
You remember
year.
the shard cards from last year. This is a different campaign, almost a convention game that you get to play.
Yes.
So, yeah, go ahead.
It was absolutely fun, fantastic so far. The way that it works is that you get assigned to, and actually you get to pick this from the beginning, one of the different worlds that you're working with.
So mine is Scadrial, and
Yes.
you picked Roshar, right?
I picked Roshar.
So we get a little bit of a different adventure, different flavors of it, and throughout the experience, you get to look through. There's different locations to visit. You have a map. You have clues and puzzles. There's places you have to go. There's challenges you have to solve. Really, really fun. And I love that they do that at these conventions because even though the panels are so exciting, it's also fun to get up and be active, walk around, see things, experience things, and they just do a phenomenal job of it.
Really cool. And it also has story involved too. None of it is canon. It mentions that specifically in this one.
But it's fun.
Yes, it is fun. And what's fun too is that, again, like last year with the trading cards, it's getting you involved with other people at the convention. Just naturally as you're working on these puzzles and trying to translate different languages. That's what they've got us doing here, Rosharan language, and for me at least. I am starting to stand around other people, and you're like, well, what did you figure out here and there? And so you start talking to each other, then it tells you to go to the next place in the scavenger hunt that they've got you going through the entire convention center. And you end up just walking with these people and say, hey, what's your name? And it's just a really good way of getting people to connect and get together.
And move around the convention, see areas they might not have seen. There's a gaming area, there's a dueling area, and you might not be able to explore it all unless you were guided through it. So they do a really good job of that with these. I think.
Fantastic. We will let you know at the end, though, what the reward is for completing it
If we
all.
can solve all the puzzles,
I know.
We'll definitely let you guys know.
A little stressful sometimes, but you get it all done. But it's fun, it's fun. But the day started great, though. We went to and did our first panel, the theorizing the back arc of Stormlight Archive, the books 6 through 10 today. That was our first panel.
Yeah, and I will say it's very fun to be media at these events, but it also means it's a little bit harder to do the challenges and the different things. But the panel was exciting. We picked up our swag just before that for the conference, so we were all set to go. This was, the Stormlight Archive theorizing panel. We did that with Cosmere Connections. That I think might be recorded. We might be able to sneak a link to that if they're able to publish it.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to that once it gets pushed out.
Yeah.
I feel like we had some really good theories pushed out there on what's going to be happening in those books. Absolutely exciting and tons of fun.
And we were on with Hayden as well from Fantasy
Fellas.
So make sure to check that out as well. But there's so much great content here, so much exciting conversation in each of the panels, and it's just great to be part of it.
Yep. The other big panel that we went to today is we went to one with Pierce Brown and Brandon Sanderson.
Oh, yeah.
We are big Pierce Brown fans.
You know this.
And I will tell you, he is just as cool in person as you would expect, and from reading his books. I was telling Jaden, I personally think that his writing style is really beautiful, beautifully written. The way that he speaks is almost poetic. Then you come and see him in real life, and he speaks almost the same way, just natural language. I was blown away. He doesn't just write that as his prose. That is his natural way of speaking.
It was a fantastic panel as well. Sanderson and his team have put together an incredible group of guests to be able to come and present, talk about new books that are coming out, and he does a great job of splitting it across so many phenomenal authors in the space to be able to just create an environment where people that haven't even read too many Cosmere books are still able to absolutely dive in and love it. So we love that part.
Yep. I think the last thing was just the swag. Jaden was able to grab some cool
I'll
swag
talk about
to go.
my swag, absolutely.
Yeah. I got the book. It came with this sweet bookmark that I got here for Tailored Realities.
So we both have Tailored Realities numbered and signed, of course, because that's the only way to do it at a Dragonsteel convention. We have the convention shirt I'm pretty excited about, which comes with a sticker and a pin. You get to see, we have the one from last year. It's red. I like the blue. I think they did a great job with that.
Blue's always a good choice.
It's always a good choice. So we have some sweet swag, and it's cool to see what's coming up. There were actually some interesting announcements I did want to briefly cover in addition to the cool reveals. He had a big conversation about how he feels about AI in art, AI in writing.
Conversation.
I think we might even need to make a whole video about our thoughts on that. But it was very, very exciting. I think that's going to be published on the Dragonsteel website.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one to review.
Yeah, you'll have to catch up on what he said there. Basically saying that you are the artist.
You are the art.
You cannot take you out of the art. Which
Exactly.
is really, really important.
And his thoughts made a lot of sense. It was a really, really great talk. We'll see if I can link it below, but if not, we'll probably make a video on it eventually.
And it was cool because I am personally a fan of AI, but not a fan of AI taking over artists' work. And I think it was really needed to have people who have a big voice like Brandon Sanderson to come out and start having a conversation about these things with AI. So it was cool to see him start pushing that forward in his meeting today.
Yeah. And I will say as well, one of the favorite things that we always love at these conventions is all of you coming up and saying hi. We really appreciate that. If we haven't had a chance to say hi to you yet, find us and during the convention if you're here. We really appreciate that. We loved saying hi, chatting with you guys. It's been a blast. So shout out to a few of you who already stopped with us. Garrett, Blake, Judo, we really appreciate you guys. But I know I'm missing a couple. I do want to make sure that we shout somebody out, and we really appreciate making those contacts with all of you.
Yep, Jacob as well. It was fantastic seeing all of you. And we're really excited to see more of you guys tomorrow and on Saturday as well. Remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos coming up as we recap the next couple days. And we'll see you in the next chapter.